What's up, EOS community? My name is Stephane, and I'm the host of The Hot Sauce. Thanks for joining us today. We'll be covering all the latest and greatest news in the EOS and Antelope ecosystems. So today we got a great show for you guys. It was obviously a big week for EOS with the Leap 3.1 upgrade going live on Wednesday, which also indicated the EOS Independence Day. So we'll be talking about that. Of course, we'll be talking about the new EOS roadshow with Zysan and the ENF going to all sorts of conferences. We're right in the middle of that, so we'll be talking about that. We'll be touching on some updates from the EVM/Ideathon that's going on. We'll be talking about the EOS Community Poker Tournament that I'm organizing for this Sunday, and a bit of coffee with Greymass, and then the list of upcoming EOS events, both live and online. All right, so let's get into it. First off here, I'm gonna read a tweet from the EOS Network Foundation, that kind of announces the launch of Antelope 3.1. So they say it's official. The EOS network has successfully completed its consensus upgrade to Antelope Leap 3.1. By doing so, the EOS community has declared independence, exemplifying the new balance of power created by Web3. Happy EOS Independence Day, everyone. All right. So, of course, there's a lot that can be said about this. We actually talked about this topic for about an hour on the Fireside on Wednesday, so I encourage you to look that up. Of course, all of the links we'll be mentioning or showing today can be found in the show notes below. And so there's if you want to learn more, there was a great discussion with a lot of people from the community sharing, their thoughts and feelings on the day. The ENF actually published a cool article as well, named that EOS declares consensus upgrade to Antelope Leap of quotes from a lot of community members, some well-known, some less well-known, some that work for the ENF, others for blog producers, other dApp builders, all sorts of people from the community kind of shared their thoughts, and it's compiled in this article. Worth giving it a quick read. I will read Yves. Encouraged to step up and be a part of this journey with me from day one. Thanks to many dedicated developers and project leaders who rallied together and coordinated this massive feat of engineering, our code is now on solid footing. Thanks to diverse and resilient community, the momentum we have been steady building is now a force to be reckoned with. This is a great victory, but we can't bask in our own glory for too long. We have to keep moving. What becomes of EOS next is what we make of it. Absolutely, Yves. Well said. So definitely encourage you guys to check out this article, read some more great quotes from great community members here in the EOS community. And Yves also posted a nice tweet thread here, echoing a lot of the same thoughts. I'll read some of the highlights. After a multi-year struggle for independence, the EOS community has proved that Web3 really does bring power back to the people. This is more than a hard fork. This is EOS independence. So the Leap 3.1 upgrade, for those of you who may be new here, represents that the Gotta be kidding me. Are we back? I don't know. Yana, we're still live. All right. Thanks, Yana, whispering in my ear that we're back online. Sorry, guys, for these internet connection issues. I can't stand it anymore. Okay, anyways, we're back. Okay, so let's continue on here with this thread. So Yves says, how we got here last year, publicly declared that the old EOS was a failure. Both talent and capital rapidly exited the ecosystem. Even the company responsible for maintaining the code base stopped supporting the network. With the help of blockchain Zach, we started the EOS Network Foundation as one last Hail Mary to see if we could save EOS. Not only did EOS have a reputation problem, they had a code base problem. Now, the code base should have belonged to the community, but it was owned by a company. Guess what? The community fired that company and came together to build Antelope IO. Today's hard fork represents a new beginning for EOS. No longer is the network reliant on a corporate entity for survival. For the first time in history, the community is in control of its own destiny. That is why today we celebrate EOS Independence Day. The story of the EOS community taking the power back exemplifies the new power balance created by Web3. With crypto, the people really are in control. Although the community-led takeover is an incredible milestone for the entire crypto industry, it's more than just a symbolic change. In the coming weeks, EOS will be making significant upgrades, including IBC, EVM, instant finality, and more. The future of EOS is bright. So absolutely well said here by Yves. Here we've got a clip that was actually just released an hour or two ago by the EOS Network Foundation YouTube channel. So here's a clip from the Fireside, like I was mentioning, a 3-minute highlight clip that showcases Daniel Keys, that has led a lot of these weekly meetings that have been going on for 32 weeks now, I think, leading up to this upgrade, as well as Matthew Darwin sharing some of his thoughts on the more technical issues surrounding this upgrade. All right, finally on the topic, the block actually produced a really good article. So if you want to kind of update your friends and family or other people in the crypto space that are not familiar with EOS, I would highly recommend sharing this article. It's well written, it's concise, describes, the philosophical implications of the EOS Independence Day, explains the technical implications of the Leap 3.1 upgrade, and overall just really does a good job at concisely, communicating what happens. And what's really interesting actually about this article that Zach shared with us on the Fireside on Wednesday is that the writer from the block actually reached out to Zach because he heard about the new EOS. He heard about all these new things that were going on, and he got curious, like he wanted to learn more. So after a 2-hour conversation of Zach kind of going over all the events and how we got here, etc., this writer from the block was able to write a beautiful article that's accurate, which is something that has been missing from the EOS community, where outside media, we're always incorrectly reporting what's going on. But now it seems like the branding and the messaging that the ENF has been doing and all of us for the last year is starting to really, seep out into the wider community. And our story is getting out there. So it's very encouraging, and this is a great article. I encourage you guys to share it widely. Okay, moving on here to our next story, which is the new EOS Roadshow. So here we have our first look at the ENF booth. Here is at the W3 conference that was going on last few days. And here I'll show these pictures in a bit bigger. Beautiful looking booth for sure. And so the Zysan team is going to be representing the ENF in a lot of these conferences, traveling with this booth all over the place, all over the world over the next weeks and months. Very exciting stuff. Here we can see some EOS community leaders here. We've got Denis in the background here. We've got Fred, I believe. This is Yana. We see the backside, and I think Corvin behind here. This other picture is also great. We see Martin again with Denis. We see Yana's profile here, and it looked like a fun place to hang out here at the W3 Vision conference, hang out with the EOS people. So I'm definitely jealous I didn't get to go. A lot of our team was meeting for the first time, so it was a really cool week for us, and of course for all of EOS. So not only was Stephane representing EOS and the ENF in Germany, Yves, CEO of the ENF, was actually in Korea for a few days representing EOS, the community, and the ENF. And here we've got the Twitter account EOS Korea DAO that tweeted that something amazing had happened. You know, Big Beard Samurai Yves came to Korea to attend the Upbit Developer Conference. We believe that EOS can be expanded to the world. We sincerely thank Big Beard Samurai for visiting Korea. So it seems like the Korean community appreciated Yves going out there. Yves was up at the ENF booth. There were only two people from the ENF out there, but they did a great job representing the community to the Korean people and community. If you're wondering where the Stephane and the ENF are going to be at the events coming up, we've got, of course, Token 2049 in Singapore next week. That's the big headliner event, one of the biggest conferences, crypto conferences in Asia. And, you know, the EOS Network Foundation is a title sponsor. So Yves will be having some, even others actually are going to have some keynote addresses, and they're going to really be sharing the story of the new EOS to thousands and thousands of crypto enthusiasts. So that's very exciting. All right, moving on to the EVM/Ideathon that is currently in full swing. So here, the opening ceremonies happened just a few days ago. It is linked here. It's linked below in the notes. Here we can see Chris Barnes talking here. There's also Chris Waxa was on there. We also had Gabrielle Shaw, and even Nathan James spoke a bit. So definitely, you know, a lineup of high impact speakers from the EOS community. Sharing their thoughts on the EVM and Ideathon. And, you know, Chris actually did a great update and recap of what the EVM is all about, what this EVM/Ideathon hackathon is all about. Here I link it from the Fireside chat from this week. Encourage you guys to go check it out. Basically, it's been very successful so far. They've had more than 44 participants already. It's only been open for a few days, and it's still open for another month. So it's definitely not too late to get involved. There's two different tracks. There's the EVM hackathon track, and then there's the more crypto general Ideathon, where you don't need to bring code to participate in this hackathon. You just need to bring an idea, a pitch deck, a video promotion for your idea, and you can win some prizes. So there's $125,000 up for grabs, 75K of which was donated by the EOS Network Foundation, and that's going towards the Ideathon track. And then there's also 50K donated from Trust EVM, which is going to the EVM track. So very interesting format for this EVM/Ideathon hackathon. And yeah, I encourage you guys to watch the opening ceremony, get a taste of you know, what the event is all about. All right, let's take a look at the chat. What's going on in the chat? Did everyone leave when I disconnected? No, seems like we still got people in the chat. Love it. Kevin, David, Louis Patrick, Veronica, Catherine, thanks for being in there. Thanks for those spicy emojis. And thanks for tuning into the Hot Sauce. So as always, if you help promote the Hot Sauce, retweet us on Twitter. We hand out Party Cracker NFTs for people. So you can go to this bounty block contest, which is now has a permanent link. So it's always going to be bblk.io/EOS. So if you go to that link at any time, it will bring you to our latest bounty block contest. And these contests run for 6 days every week. So basically, all week you can retweet this, you know, the tweet that promotes this episode, and you can enter to win some NFTs. So here we can see we've already got 6 people that have entered the contest. That's great. All right, back to our stories. And yeah, the EOS Community Poker Tournament. So that's something that I'm personally very excited about. I've been, we've been wanting to organize more community events on Discord. Of course, the Fireside is very popular. We're getting up to over 80 people joining us live on the Fireside in Discord, in the EOS community Discord every week, which is great. And we'd like to organize more events, just for the community to hang out, get to know each other, have some fun. So I'm organizing the first EOS Community Poker Tournament. So that's going on this Sunday, September 25th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1800 UTC. Yeah, and yeah, it's free to enter. So definitely, there's no barrier. You don't need to feel intimidated if you're not so good at poker. It's totally fine. Come learn with us. Free to enter. It's not going to cost you anything. You can win yourself some cool prizes. A lot of NFTs to be won. Some valuable ones. Some party crackers. Some pop tokens. All that good stuff. And then we're also putting up some EOS prize pools that the top 3 finishers are going to be able to donate to a Pomelo grant. So you can't. So these participants can't keep the EOS they win, but we will be donating on their behalf to a Pomelo grant. So if you're a grant owner, you can definitely participate and donate to your own grant to increase, the funding you receive. So first place is 300 EOS, second place is 150, and third is 50 EOS on top of all the NFTs that participants get to keep. So please, if you're interested, sign up before the tournament starts. You can still sign up when it starts. I'll be hosting the event, doing the tournament director thing, and making sure everything goes smoothly. If you sign up and you can't show up because there's an emergency or whatever, that's totally fine. But we've got more than 40 people from the community have signed up. Some of the big names in the community that you guys will all recognize will be there as well, so you can have fun stacking Daniel Keys or bluffing Phil Mesnier and a bunch of other people from the community. So there's a sign-up form, very easy. You join the EOS community Discord, you fill out the form here, and then you send me a message on Discord saying you want to play, and then on Sunday I'll send you the invite link. There's also an article on the ENF blog that kind of goes over all the details. And yeah, looking forward to, I'm not going to be playing, but hanging out with everyone while you guys are all playing poker. I've played a lot of poker in my life. Here's my favorite picture from my poker career, if you will. 10 years ago, this is day 5 of the World Series main event. I ended up finishing 87th that year out of more than 6,000 players for the highlight of my career. I don't play much poker anymore, but I'm super excited to eventually play poker with you guys, maybe in a future version of this event. All right, finally, our last story of the day here. Greymass is back with some coffee. So after a long hiatus here, the Greymass team sat down and recorded a new episode, talk about Antelope upgrade coming to EOS. Aaron Cox and Miles Snyder, sat down to discuss the lead version 3.1 upgrade and also some background about the Antelope coalition and the research that went into the new protocol features. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for us today. Finally, there are a lot of events going on in the EOS community every week. So if you were looking for more content, we've got the Eden Fractal going on Wednesdays. Wednesday's a big day actually for the Eden community. We've got the Eden Fractal, got the Helios Futurist series, Eden Spark meetings, and the EOS Fireside chat all happening on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, there's the EOS support giveaway show on Twitter where you can win EOS and prizes and NFTs and all sorts of good stuff. And it's a great place for new people to the community to go and ask your questions. The EOS Hot Sauce, of course, on Fridays, which you're listening to now. And for those of you listening live, there's also the Helios Blockchain and Breakfast that happens 1 hour after the Hot Sauce. So you can tune into that right after the show if you want. And then finally, the Eden Town Hall on Sundays. And of course, next week, there's the Token 2049 conference going on September 28, 29, I think is Wednesday, Thursday. And so that's going to be very exciting. And I look forward to seeing some footage from those conferences. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for me today. Thanks for tuning in to the Hot Sauce. And thanks for being part of the EOS community. If you have any questions, join us on the EOS Discord server and ask your questions in there. There's always someone friendly, ready to answer your questions. All right.